The letter on my door looked ordinary, just another HOA notice. But when I leaned closer and read the bold words across the top, my stomach dropped. Remove solar panels immediately. HOA non-compliance notice. This wasn't just about neighborhood rules. This was a direct attack, and it was being led by one woman. The president of the HOA, Victoria Harrow, red blazer, curly hair, the kind of person who lived for control. She called my solar panels unsightly. She claimed they lowered property values. She said I had 30 days to remove them, or the HOAs would start issuing fines. What she didn't know was that those panels were protected under federal law. And by targeting me, she wasn't just harassing a homeowner. She was about to cost her HOA 6 figures in damages and attorney fees. It had started so simple. After years of watching my energy bills climb higher and higher, I decided it was time to invest in solar. Not only would it save money in the long run, but it was environmentally friendly. The installation process took 2 days. By the end, my roof gleamed with a brand new state-of-the-art solar array. I was proud. My kids were excited. And even my neighbors at first were curious and supportive. Until she noticed. Her name was Victoria Harrow, but around the neighborhood, people whispered another name. Karen. Victoria thrived on rules. She carried the HOA handbook like it was holy scripture. And if she caught you leaving your trash cans out an hour too long, you'd get a warning letter by morning. When she saw my panels, she didn't see renewable energy. She saw rebellion. These panels are ugly. They're destroying the look of our community. They lower property values. They are a violation of HOA standards, she said angrily. It didn't matter that my panels were neatly installed. It didn't matter that they were modern and discreet. It didn't matter that half the state was moving towards solar energy. To her, I was breaking the aesthetic harmony of her kingdom. 2 days later, I received the first notice. Remove solar panels within 30 days. Failure to comply will result in daily fines of $200 and possible legal action. It felt like blackmail. I just invested $30,000 into those panels. And now, because one woman didn't like the way they looked, I was expected to tear them down? No, not happening. The neighborhood quickly split into 2 sides. Some neighbors supported me. They said it was my property, my roof, and my right to use renewable energy. But others, terrified if Victoria kept quiet or agreed with her. She's fined people for less. Be careful. If she's after you, she won't stop. It wasn't just about panels anymore. It was about power. And Victoria was determined to win. Starting today, daily fines of $200 will be assessed for non-compliance. If unpaid, liens may be filed against the property. She wasn't bluffing. Letters piled up. Threats escalated. And behind it all, Karen smirked in her red blazer, certain she was crushing me into submission. But what she didn't know, I had already started digging into the law. In my research, I came across something incredible. It was called the Solar Rights Act, a federal law. One designed to stop exactly this kind of harassment. The act was clear. No homeowners association could prohibit or restrict solar energy systems. Attempts to block them weren't just void. They could be punished with massive liability. Lawyer said confidently, leaning back in chair. They've already crossed the line. Every fine, every letter, every threat, that's evidence. We're not just going to make them stop. We're going to make them pay. When my lawyer showed up at the next HOA meeting, the room went silent. He laid the documents on the table. Every threat letter, every fine, every illegal demand. And then he pulled out the statute. Lawyer said calmly, "Under the Solar Rights Act, your actions are unlawful. You've interfered with federally protected rights. You are now liable for damages, attorney fees, and statutory penalties. Karen's face reddened, curls shaking as she slams the binder shut. Karen shouted furiously with trembling voice. "This is outrageous. You can't," lawyer interrupted. "Yes, we can. And we will." The case didn't take long. The evidence was overwhelming. The law was crystal clear. In the end, the HOA was ordered to pay over $120,000 in damages and attorney fees. Karen's iron grip on the community crumbled overnight. Neighbors who once feared her suddenly saw her for what she was, a bully with a binder. And me? I kept my solar panels. They stayed right where they belonged. The HOA thought they could intimidate me. They thought their rules mattered more than my rights. But in the end, federal law proved stronger than any HOA president's ego. The panels stayed, the energy flowed, and the HOA paid dearly for their mistake. So if you ever face a red blazer Karen trying to control your life, remember this. Sometimes the best revenge isn't arguing. It's knowing the law is on your side.